Simply put, notes tell you the length of time or duration of a musical sound. Remember that time in music is expressed in beats per measure. And since notes tell us how long to play a certain sound within a measure, notes are also expressed as parts of a measure. In the previous lesson, we learned that the staff tells us the pitch of a musical sound. We use notes to tell us when to play that sound and how many beats of the measure to make it last. There are a number of different notes you need to know about. This is a whole note. A whole note lasts for the whole measure. This is a half note. A half note lasts for half of the measure. This is a quarter note. A quarter note lasts for 1/4 of the measure. This is an eighth note. It lasts for 1/8 of the measure. Eighth notes are shown like this when they come one after the other. We could go on. There are more types of notes. There are 16th notes and 32nd notes, even 64th and 128th notes. But for now, we will stick with the basic types of notes we just learned. This staff with a treble clef will help us learn more about notes. Remember, the C means to use 4/4 time, so we know there are 4 beats per measure. As we mentioned at the first of the lesson, a note tells us how long a musical sound lasts. Let's start by putting a whole note on the part of the staff reserved for the musical pitch A. We have just written one measure of music. With a whole note on A, we know to play the sound with the musical pitch A for the entire measure, because a whole note lasts for the whole measure. Here is how this measure is played. Here's a measure with 2 half notes. The first note is on the space representing A, and the second one is on C. Half notes tell us to play the pitches for 1/2 of the measure. Since we're using 4/4 time, half of the measure is 2 beats. Here's how this measure sounds. Here's an example of quarter notes. The first is on A, the second on C, the third on F, and the fourth again on C. Each quarter note in 4/4 time lasts for 1 beat, or 1/4 of the measure. The measure is played like this.